Hey, great day, all. My name is Kwame Reggie, and today is Monday, May 18th, 2026. Man, I am feeling so great, so great that I want to share with you my declutter, what I refer to as my declutter testimony. All right. As you know, we embarked on a 10-day declutter journey. And I'm just so excited to share with you all my transformation the transformation that I have experienced so far. In reading Teresa's blog post about dealing with stagnant energy, as well as the video that Mama Yoga posted in the wellness chat about how you have to get rid of things that no longer serve you. And when you get rid of things that no longer uh, is of value to you, then you will experience that new energy and new experiences. And that's exactly what I experienced so far during this 10-day journey. And that transformation that I'm talking about occurred over the weekend. So as I'm getting rid of tons of paper, clothes, receipts, deleting emails, that stagnant energy that Teresa and Mama Yoga uh, was talking about. I experienced a a shift of energy or transformation, as they would refer to it. And that shift was I just felt a huge weight being lifted off my shoulders. And as a result of this shift of transformation, that allowed for new energies to enter into my life. And what I experienced was I there were so many great ideas that came to mind, but I will just share one with you right now. And the idea that came to mind was to do a PowerPoint presentation. It's it was something that I should have actually done before launching the 10-day declutter journey. But because I was dealing with that stagnant energy, the idea never manifested until I started to make room, all right, in my life for new things. And so I'm excited to share with you my PowerPoint presentation, as you see on the screen, that's called More Than Clutter, a 10-day journey to clear your space and your spirit. And this presentation is based on uh, the information that Teresa shared in her declutter article. So here we go. This program is designed to help everyone move from a state of overwhelm to a state of clarity. One of the things in discussing clutter with people is that it can be a very overwhelming process. And this is one of the reasons why we decided to launch this journey, so we can remove that stigma. You don't have to be over, overwhelmed in this process of organizing your life. All right. So let's see where I'm at. Okay. All right. Now I just want to emphasize that small steps can lead to powerful transformation. This isn't just about cleaning, it's about creating a lifestyle of curated living. And this is what we focus on creating during our 10-day journey to clear your space as well as your spirit. All right. Here we go. So as I mentioned, or as Teresa mentioned in her blog post, this is the hidden weight, right? This is, you see the image, and this is how I felt prior prior to the weekend. I felt so overwhelmed, but once I was able to relieve myself of this burden, I felt so great. So it says clutter is a physical representation of our emotional and mental blocks. Woo! That's a heavy bar right there. That's heavy right there. So Teresa in the article that she wrote, she teaches us again that clutter is a physical representation of our emotional and mental blocks. The key point here is decluttering is the process of evicting old stagnant energy. And that's what I experienced over the weekend, that transformation, right? So again, it is the process of evicting that old stagnant energy to make space for the things you truly want in life. All right. And in Teresa's article, she shared her story of the dusty ceiling fan, how a physical mess can mirror a stale area of our lives, like a relationship that has lost its luster. And let me continue. This insight is from Clinical Insights is from Mia Daniel. Mia Daniels is one of the sources that Teresa cited, and Mia Daniels breaks down what she refers to as the anatomy of clutter. As you can see, she has it first section category, which deals with your closet, with your cell phone, your digital items, spaces that you have forgotten about. The second column, she deals with your physical state, piles of mail, unread emails, accumulated dust, like Teresa spoke about regarding the ceiling fan, and also she talks about the psychological effect, all right, and the emotional block of just feeling just overwhelmed by just of having to declutter your space. And so let me continue with the next slide here. All right, so our focus today is to look at it from a holistic framework. So I titled the 10-day holistic framework. Right now, I believe we are currently in day 6, which is now we in phase 3. So phase 1 is what I refer to as the activation stage, right? Days 1 through 3. That's overcoming the initial blocks. Phase 2 deals with uh, alignment. Phase 3 deals with release. That's days 6 through 8. Phase 4 deals with maintenance, which deals with days 9 through 10. So let's start with the first phase with phase 1. Okay. Phase 1, start small, start strong. Focus on one drawer or countertop. And the goal is to build momentum without, again, feeling overwhelmed. This is so crucial right here. All right. And once we go through these slides, you'll see why we are doing it in this particular order. And again, we start small because we want to build momentum. That's very, very important. So, in order to build momentum, we pick one small space like a drawer or a bag. The deeper meaning behind all this is that when you read Teresa's article, she compares this start to preparing for a marathon. All right. And so by activating this small space, we begin the larger process of emotional and physical preparation. All right. And so this is why it's so important that we start small because we're building that momentum. Day 2, beat the clock. Again, this is a step-by-step process because we're trying to eliminate that feeling of just being overwhelmed. So day two. So now we move. Now we have a little bit of momentum. Now day two, we set a timer. We call it beat the clock. We set a timer for 15 to 20 minutes for a space that we have been putting off for a very long time. All right. The deeper meaning behind this is that in most studies, it says clutter can lead to stress and as well as increased cortisol levels. And by doing beat the clock, this time exercise proves that focused efforts can reduce that your cortisol levels spiking up. It can reduce that stress very, very quickly, helping the brain move past the shame of inadequacy, often associated with a messy home. All right. And so that's the deeper meaning behind that. And as you can see on the um, PowerPoint slide, Teresa explains it as facing retirement. She Teresa felt an overwhelming need to begin decluttering at work, then her car trunk, and finally her dresser drawers. The energetic output was massive, as she puts it. All right. And let's move on. Day three, making decisions easier. This is the challenge, right here. I love this slide, right? So day three, again, which is part of phase one, which is the activation. And it's also part of building that momentum. All right. So we focus on one category, whether it be your books, whether it be papers, whether it be clothes. We focus on these things to make decisions easier. The deeper meaning and the psychological benefit behind all this is by the end of this particular phase, we have built the stamina needed to tackle the deeper emotional work that's coming in the next phase, in phase two. So this is why I said it's a step by step process. And so this was, man, I'm telling you, when I was cleaning and clearing my space, all these different ideas started flowing, started coming to me. And I'm like, wow, I need to be able to find a way to share this with someone in hopes that it can help you along your reorganization or declutter journey. All right. And so, as the slide mentions, the psychological benefit, categorization untangles the emotional knots. Very important. It untangles the emotional knots. Looking at all items of one type prevents fragmented emotional micro decisions and exposes the overarching arching reality of what we hold on to. This is what I experienced so far during my declutter journey. All right. And I would love to hear from you all what you have experienced, your psychological benefit. Clearing the air and lowering cortisol. Day four, day five. And this is what Mama Yoga was talking about in her video. Keep what brings value. That's so important because we tend, I know I did personally, and again, this is why I'm sharing my testimony with you all. We tend to keep things and for whatever reason. And again, part of this declutter process of reorganizing our life is to figure all this out, you know? And it starts by asking some very key questions. Does this support my life right now? Does this support my life right now? Do I use this? And the deeper meaning behind this is when you look at it, we are aligning our environment with our current self. All right. This step is about you. This step is about me. This step is about anyone who decides to take on this challenge in their life. This step is about making room for fresh, new energy and opportunities. We only keep what adds true value to the present moment. And this, again, is what I experienced on Saturday. All right. Day five. I really enjoyed day five was actually yesterday was yeah, yesterday. I had I didn't realize I had a lot of emails, right? A lot of receipts. I was deleting everything. Everything. So I must have deleted close to 2,400 emails. No exaggeration. Because we get a lot of, junk mail, spam and stuff like that. So it felt great just going through my emails and just clearing that stuff out. All right. So again, clear out physical mail and digital files like screenshots or old phone documents. This is one of the things I was doing yesterday. And the part of the deeper meaning behind this is that what I discovered for myself is that digital clutter is a distraction. It's a distraction that kills our productivity. And so aligning our digital space with our physical space ensures a total mental reset. And again, this is something that I was experiencing. Is part of my declutter transformation. This is part of that shift, that energy shift that I felt by just getting rid of stuff that no longer holds value in my life, that no longer serves me. All right. In Teresa's article, blog post, she mentioned the family room closet insight. The physical act is, like she said, is prompted by inner voice. And Teresa began cleaning out the heavily cluttered family room closet. Okay. Why is that important? Because that was the emotional mirror. It says days later, her pregnant daughter asked to get things off her chest. Cleaning the physical closet directly coincided with clearing the air and releasing old hurts. A lot of us have that emotional mirror, right? A lot of us, we probably can relate to the family room closet insight. And it's time, if we are dealing with that, it's time to just let go. Let it all go. I'm not going to attempt to sing to you. I don't want to lose y'all. All right, here we go. I love this slide because I think it's an accurate depiction of what's going on, right? This is that stagnant energy valve. This is what I was experiencing, right? You see new items flowing in, that stagnant energy, pressure build up. That's that declutter. That's that paper. That's keeping clothes around and just holding on to certain emotions. And it just keeps building up, keeps building up. But in order for it to flow, you gotta let it go. You see that energetic flow restored? This is what it should looks like. And this is why, man, I tell you, when I was sitting here on Saturday and I was just cleaning everything, the clothes, papers, you name it. I think I even threw away some goddamn bills. Oh man. Oh, I was throwing it, I throw away everything, boy. But anyway, but it felt good to just release. And now I went from that stagnant energy, that pressure buildup to the energetic flow restored. And it feels great. And I'm on my way to work, but I had to record this. I was going to do this recording on Saturday, but I was like, I need time to put the information all together. And then Sunday, I just had such a beautiful time on Sunday. I just really, that was more of a reflection, just relax. And when I woke up this morning, I was like, all right, I want to do this before, before heading to work. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So here you go. The stagnant energy valve. So let's deal with day 6. One in and one out. This is so important. And what you want to do is you want to establish the one in and one out rule to prevent clutter from building back up. So every time you bring something, you get something new, you bring it home, you get rid of something. That's what that one in and one out rule is. So that way, you don't pile things up over time. All right. This is very important. That's why. So we actually in day 6. So today is day 6. Today, as of this recording. All right. Uh, so the deeper meaning behind this is that maintaining a clear space is an ongoing process. Let me say this again. Maintaining a clear space is an ongoing process, meaning that we're not, we're going to, this is going to be ongoing throughout the year for the wellness family. All right. We're going to have a declutter challenge every freaking month. All right. Till we get like that picture, that energetic flow restored. That's what we're looking to achieve right there. So it is impossible to achieve that energetic flow in 10 days. All right. So we're going to make this an ongoing thing, small and steady. All right. Small and steady. So by making this an ongoing process, this system allows us, you, me, and others who decide to participate, it simply allows us to release the need for constant accumulation and maintain a sense of freedom and newness. That's what we're looking to achieve. And this is why it's going to be an ongoing process. Day 7, which is going to be tomorrow, create a home. Give everything a designated place. This is so important, right? This is so important. Create a home for everything. Create a home for everything. All right. When we release the chaos of not knowing where things are, you know what happens? We reduce daily mental friction and make organization easier to maintain. Thus, the picture in the valve. What it says, without a release valve, the physical system swells, right? Creating that physical balance prevents emotional and energetic buildup. Now, I hope you are beginning to see why this declutter journey is so important. But more importantly, I hope that you're beginning to see the steps they and how the steps align. All right. And it's a step by step process. And again, part of it is so that you won't be overwhelmed during this whole process. All right. Now let me continue. This slide is regarding Teresa's insights regarding the dusty ceiling, fan insight. So it says in 2016, Teresa's marriage was stale. The love was buried under stuff. Her husband, the goat of clean, had let things go. And she mentions this is what you let happen to your marriage. The takeaway is that sometimes a neglected space is an exact mirror of a neglected bond. And restoring luster to your home is the first step in restoring luster to your relationships. Let me repeat that again. Restoring luster. So if you have papers and stuff all around, whatever clothes, you have stuff thrown all over the place. Restoring luster to your home, put some love into it, is the first step in restoring luster to your relationships. Let that sink in. Day 8. This is so important. Letting go with gratitude. We have to learn to let go. Remember that slide where it had the pressure valve? All right. You have to let go. All right. Let go. That's that. Let go of certain emotions. So this slide is important because we have to practice emotional decluttering by letting go with gratitude and not guilt. We have to learn how to let go with gratitude and not guilt. The deeper meaning, as you look at this slide, it has the old guilt and obligation, the challenge, the mindset shift, the result, and the fresh energy and the opportunities. This mirrors Teresa's experience of cleaning a closet while clearing the air and releasing old hurts. We are integrating our physical progress with our emotional healing. So important. And as you can see, this is over to the right where it says fresh energy and opportunities. That's what we're looking to achieve right there. You see that? And so again, the challenge, practice deep emotional decluttering, the mindset shift, let go of items with gratitude, not with guilt. And the result, you cannot receive new opportunities if your hands are completely full of the past. Releasing items says what? Creates the void necessary for growth. So if you want to experience something new in your life, if you want to experience the next phase of your life, learn to let go. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah. Gratitude, baby. Healing out loud. Man, I can't wait to hear a lot. Can't wait to hear your testimonies. The community check in. Check in. So this is important on this particular day, on day 9, when we get here, is share a win or a lesson with the group to inspire others. And I guess, well, not guess, I know this is one of the reasons why I'm sharing this video with you all right now, because I'm sharing my win. My win was the energy shift that I felt occur, or that transformation that I felt on Saturday as a result of me decluttering, clearing out my space, clearing out that stagnant energy so I can allow for new energies and new experiences to come into my life. So the goal is that by listening to my testimony or hearing my testimony, that it will inspire you. And again, if you find value in what you're witnessing, then please, by all means, share it. Share it. One thing about me is I love to share information. I love to share information. I share information all day long. All right. If you belong to an organization, take this 10-day journey and implement it in your organization. I'm all about sharing the information. One of my goals in life is to be an agent for change of transformation. And I do so by sharing information that I deem valuable. All right. So here again, day 9 is about the community check-in. And here Teresa tells a story. She stepped entirely out of her comfort zone to share her journaling, my journey segments publicly. Accountability accelerates transformation. Let me say that again. Accountability accelerates transformation. Naming your progress out loud seals the energetic shift. And that is so important. Accountability. Because accountability and encouragement, these are things that's needed to make these changes permanent. And let me move on to the last slide. The ongoing process. Day 10. Reflect and celebrate. Note what changed in your space, mindset, and energy. Choose one habit to maintain. And like most things in life, decluttering and maintaining a decluttered space physically, mentally, and emotionally is an ongoing process. Teresa notes that her family room closet remains incomplete and old books still sit in her office, and that is okay. All right. So that's important. Day 10 is, again, reflect on how your space, your mindset, and energy have shifted. And the deeper meaning is, we celebrate you, me, we all celebrate the fact that you have cleared the emotional and mental blocks that were holding us back. And choose one habit, if you can, choose one habit to carry into your new clear chapter. And that's what you do. In concluding, I just want to remind the wellness family and to the listening audience that by clearing the old, you have essentially made space for the things that you really want in life. I thank you for listening. I thank you for your hard work and your commitment to this transformation. And on that note, I haven't trained the cat so I can get to work. Peace and love, y'all. How to end this? Oh, here we go. I gotta say stop record. Right? Okay, stop recording. There we go.